What we just heard is the Call al-Fatiha, the opening of the first chapter of the Quran. This al-Fatiha was offered to us by my forever beloved Ibrahim Firajaje, Sheikh, also a term of endearment, Baba, of blessed memory. Baba was a Sufi sheikh, a teacher, a practitioner of Sufism, Judaism, and Christianity. He was a scholar, an artist, an activist, a scholar activist, a word he coined of the highest regards. He was a person who spoke 14 languages and taught Sufi, Jewish, Christian history, theology, and praxis as the provost of Star King School for the Ministry for many years from Konya, Turkey, Rumi's resting place. As we gather here today, his legacy is being honored by his immediate family and others in Konya through the building of a study center in his honor. I continue to be taught by and through him some many years after his physical presence has left this plane of existence. Baba, may you be forever remembered. Again, as I am not a practicing Muslim, I ask in deep humility that our offering today be acceptable as my continued study of such a historic and very much alive faith tradition continues. The title of today's sermon, Lessons from Ramadan, Witnessing and Honoring the Fast. I have chosen to engage my witness of this sacred practice of fasting during Ramadan in a most specific way this year. Through a vast portal that I am learning is more dynamic, multifaceted, and holy than I had previously known, through Sufism in particular. Sufism, Islamic mysticism, is composed of many orders of Sufis stretching back nearly 1400 years to the beginning of Islam, with teachers, practitioners, and teachings connected to the lineage of the Prophet Muhammad of blessed memory. The Prophet, it is said, brought forth the Quran during this 9th month of the Muslim calendar, as you may well know, making it the most sacred text in Islam. For me, in taking my shoes off to the faith traditions that are not my own has meant continually being a perpetual guest through humility, study, sacred curiosity, and authentic relationship building with those who are Muslim and Sufi in this instance. Please continue to settle in as I share of my learnings through theological conversations, study, prayer, and reflections with our very own Ms. Nafisa Degani. I pray she's here, one of our treasured worship associates. Ms. Nafisa is also a Sufi and yoga practitioner and a teacher of yoga for many years. Additionally, I am currently engaged in 4 weeks of study with Taya Mashir and Sheikh Hassan Manasra through a course titled Pathways to the Heart, Sufism, Judaism, and Devotion During Ramadan. A few Fridays ago, I had the pleasure and delight to be on a phone conversation with Ms. Nafisa to learn more about her devotion to Sufism and specifics about her life during this holy month of Ramadan. Here is just a bit of what I learned from her during such a delightful, rich time of sharing. She shared, for Muslims, Ramadan is compulsory in the 30 days of fasting, bringing one to a time of deeper prayer. It is a time of greater compassion for self, openness, and empathy, which leads to more generosity and well-being for others as well. Fridays are a time for teaching in the mosque by an imam, and during Ramadan, the 5 times of daily prayer that are part of the 5 pillars of Islam are added to with extra prayers to honor Ramadan. Through the 5 daily prayers, one gains some exercise through the kneeling, prostrating, standing, sitting, and through the movement of prayers throughout the body. The 30-day fast of Ramadan is a time for cleansing the systems and for purifying one's thoughts. Ramadan is a time extended requiring charity to those less fortunate than oneself. She made it clear that intermittent fasting is a medicine in and of itself. It cleanses the cells of the body. She gave information of noted professors who practice Western medicine who are now prescribing fasting as treatment for many major illnesses that are impacting our society here in the US. Ms. Nafisa stated, "One must experience the fast to truly know the benefits of this sacred time of the Muslim calendar." Pathways to the Heart, Sufism, Judaism, and Devotion, taught me by Tayama and Sheikh Hassan Manasra, Manasra, Manasra. Tayama is the assistant professor for multi-religious organic ritual at Star King School for the Ministry in Berkeley, California. Sheikh Manasra is an ordained sheikh in the Qadiri, Qadiri Sufi order in the Holy Land. And he's the son of Sheikh Abdel Salam Manasra, also of the Holy Land. Sheikh Hassan is known the world over for his teachings in Islam, Judaism, and other religious traditions. Here are some of the sacred teachings I was able to partake in and share today with you in great humility. The golden nuggets shared by Sheikh Hassan. One must prepare yourself for the fast. That is, Ramadan takes place during the 9th month of the Muslim calendar. One must take at least 2 months to prepare for the 30 days of fasting during Ramadan. Meals must be planned far in advance before even the start of Ramadan. You must cleanse not only your body, but you also cleanse the soul to prepare for this holiest of months. The fast is a time to stop eating, to stop drinking, to stop sexual activity, and no smoking for those 30 days. To stop the wave of life. To let go of our robes of fear, hatred, guilt, the gap between others. To stop seeing only yourself so that you may see others. To clean yourself every year is the sacred command. To forgive those who do not love you. You must forgive. Fasting for the Sufi is reconnecting. During Ramadan, to love is the key. To the Sufi, one's devotion to family, community, the greater world through teachings of the Prophet Muhammad are essential. Through ongoing prayers and gratitude to Allah. This is what is essential for this time of year. Each of the last 2 Fridays for this online course, we gather to pray, to be led in teachings by both Tayama and Sheikh Hassan. It is through these prayers, through zikr, the reciting of rounds of chants, through embodied remembrance, through music, drumming, sounds, silence, and robust theological conversations with others in the course, I am beginning to feel, just beginning to learn, to witness and honor this time of year. I want to give deep gratitude to Ms. Nafisa for her guidance and time, also to Tayama and Sheikh Hassan for their generosity, and I have one more Friday of study. Other facts about Ramadan leave me with so much more to learn. That Ramadan is a time to purify, to plan your intentions for the month, goals, if you will, to prepare, to praise, to pray, to give more, do more, be more. That you must prepare for and have your first meals of the day before sunrise, sometimes as early as 3 a.m., called suhoor, which is to be a healthy meal in moderation. Just to have adequate food, not too much. Then the meal to break the fast for the day at dark is called iftar. Iftar is a time to be with family and or others, maybe even at a mosque. Also, there are extra prayers to Allah for the blessings in the breaking of the fast for that day. Can you imagine 30 days starting this year, April 12th, and will end May 12th. Friends, as Unitarian Universalists or friends of this living faith tradition, for those of us who are not Sufi or Muslim, what are some possible lessons we might glean from Ramadan? That is, what might we carry into our lives through similar religious, spiritual practice? If not fasting for 30 days for any number of reasons, what practices do you currently engage or hope to engage to be spiritually and religiously sustained, especially now? What are some practices that you hope to start based on these really demanding times of COVID? And as we heard through some of our prayers, the ongoing extent that's happening around the world and the losses we are all enduring. What spiritual practices might you engage? Let us start to share of our practices with each other as we continue to navigate these ever uncertain times. What I have learned most during this holy month of Ramadan, which ends in 10 days and will be ended with Eid, E-I-D, a 3-day major festival celebration that ends Ramadan, that includes food, prayer, celebration, blessings from this and every Ramadan. Although it is a time for deep sacrifice, I have learned that this is not a time of great deprivation. In fact, it's not gloomy at all. And it's even really more than about hunger. It's a time for devotion, prayer, cleansing of one's soul to make more space for more joy, empathy, charity, compassion, humility, and most importantly, love. I will close today's Ramadan sermon with another chant from an online project called Maqam Shahina, the prayers that we will be hearing today from Baba and others. It's an online project and I commend it to you. It's a digital online platform which offers Baba's teaching submerged in Islamic Sufi, and Hebrew chants led by Tea Mashir and others for your continued study. Please find the link to this sacred project in the chat. The closing chant, Aswad Nurani. Aswad Nurani is a concept in Islamic Sufism, the radiance of the deepest, darkest possible knowing. Ibrahim Baba's work calls us to honor the sacred in what is often feared due to systemic oppression, calls us to countering the demonizing of the dark. In Aswad Nurani, we praise and cherish the darkness more brilliant than 10 billion suns, the darkness through which the world is begun. Aswad Nurani.